On this episode of On the Set, I'm checking out Deadpool and Wolverine, the third film in the Deadpool trilogy. So, let's get into it. The film starts off with Deadpool digging up the corpse of Logan from the Logan film. He says he needs it to save his universe. Just then, a mob of TVA agents show up to attack him, and he kills them all while dancing to NSYNC. After the opening credits, we see that Wade has given up his life as Deadpool to be a used car salesman. He lives with Blind Al still, and has all of his friends back, thanks to him going back in time and altering it after the second Deadpool film. As they celebrate his birthday, more TVA agents show up and take Wade to the TVA to meet Agent Paradox. Paradox tells him that his universe will eventually die because that universe's anchor being died as well. An anchor being is someone so important to that universe that if they die, the universe will too. Of course, immediately, Deadpool thinks that he's the anchor being, but it's actually Logan. So then, he sets off on a multiversal quest to find a Logan that will help. He sees all kind of different ones, like a short comic accurate one, a Henry Cavill Wolverine, and even one where he's fighting the Hulk. Then, Deadpool stumbles into one who seems down on his luck, and brings that one back to the TVA. Paradox sees the one he brought back and says that he's literally the worst Wolverine because he let his whole universe down. But they don't say why. All of a sudden, we learn that Paradox plans on using a device to destroy Deadpool's universe anyway, and all the people that he loves, ridding their existence from the sacred timeline. Then, Paradox prunes Deadpool and Wolverine, sending them to the Void. Once there, they meet Johnny Storm, who wants to help them. But they're all suddenly captured by a group of X-Men villains, including Sabretooth. The villains take them to a dead giant man, which is the home of Cassandra Nova, the one in charge of the Void. She's the sister of Charles Xavier, who was pruned basically before she was even born, because she tried to kill Charles in the womb. But anyway, Cassandra immediately kills Johnny, and says that she plans on feeding them all to Eliath. Remember that purplish cloud thing that eats people in the Void? Yeah. But the two of them manage to escape. On the run, they run into Nicepool and Dogpool, two Deadpool variants who let them borrow a car. However, while they're driving around, Wolverine loses trust with Deadpool, thinking he's only out for himself, and they have a huge fight. I mean, they beat the hell out of each other. Sometime later, they're taken to a hideout led by a bunch of old Marvel heroes. Here we can see Wesley Snipes' Blade, Jennifer Garner's Elektra, Daphne Keene's X-23, and even Channing Tatum as Gambit. A real big nod to the fans. Deadpool eventually talks them all into raiding Nova's compound and forcing her to send them out of the Void. So they go, and a big fight ensues, with all the heroes fighting the X-Men villains. We see everybody from Toad, Pyro, the Russian from The Punisher, Juggernaut, and a lot of others. Deadpool and Wolverine make it to Nova and try to fight her, but just then, Pyro tries to assassinate her on orders from Paradox, revealing that they've been working together the whole time. After that, Nova has a change of heart and, using one of Doctor Strange's sling rings, opens a portal back to the real world, letting them go after Paradox to stop the machine from destroying their universe. When they go to confront him, the two get ambushed by the Deadpool Corps, comprised of a bunch of different Deadpools like Lady Deadpool, Kidpool, and a lot of others. And here is where Hugh Jackman dons the iconic Wolverine mask. As they fight through the horde of Deadpools, Nova shows up and takes control of Paradox's machine, planning on destroying every single timeline in existence except for the Void. Suddenly, realizing the gravity of the situation, Paradox switches sides and says the only way to stop her is to overload the matter and antimatter feeds going into the machine. But it means certain death for Deadpool and Wolverine. So they head downstairs to where the chamber is, and the two sacrifice themselves to kill Nova and blow up the machine. But somehow, they both survive. Afterward, Paradox gets arrested by B-15, who now seems to be in charge of the TVA somewhat, and Wade and Logan return to their everyday life with Wade's friends. We get a cool mid-credit scene of a montage of all the old Fox movies like the Fantastic Four, Blade, and the original X-Men, kind of an homage to what used to be. And then we get a post-credit scene of Deadpool trying to prove that Johnny Storm talked shit about Nova. In the scene where they first get captured and taken to Cassandra Nova's hideout, Deadpool was telling Cassandra Nova that Johnny was saying all kind of horrible stuff about her along the way, and then Johnny kept denying it, saying he didn't say any of that stuff, making it look like Deadpool was trying to frame him. But in the end credit scene, Deadpool uses footage at the TVA to find out that Johnny did in fact say all the stuff himself. The end. Well, this one was not only a huge awesome finale to the Deadpool trilogy, but it was a great homage to the old Fox films. And we got to see so many cameos of the old heroes, and some that never came to be. It was pretty great, honestly. The best of them all. And it's also being said that Wolverine and Deadpool will return to be in Secret Wars alongside Tobey's Spider-Man. So, that in itself will be epic. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.